I am so freaking nervous. Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new here. So for today's video, I have such a special announcement. I had the most amazing opportunity to do my first ever makeup collaboration, and it is with Ofra Cosmetics. So let me introduce to you the Falling in Love collection by Allie Dawson. I cannot believe I'm sitting here right now about to show you guys my Falling in Love collection. This is just so freaking cool. I'm so full of emotions. Like, I want to cry, I want to scream, I want to dance, I just want to yell because I'm so excited. You guys have no idea how long I have been wanting to just show this to you guys. I've actually been teasing this entire collection to you guys for quite some time, which I will go over that in just a minute, but you guys have been seeing this collection for a while. So before I dive in and show you guys everything, I kind of want to give you guys just a backstory. So you guys know that I love Ofra Cosmetics. I have loved them for several years, and they have always been so incredibly kind to me. And last year they approached me to do an influencer pan project where I got to kind of curate my own collection within Ofra Cosmetics products. So I didn't get to like pick out like colors, names, or anything like that, but I did get to pick out shadows from existing palettes. So I created the Allie Dawson 89 palette, which was my rendition of like a beautiful summer beachy palette. Like, when I think of Florida, I think of that palette, and I still love that palette to this day. And you guys really enjoy that palette, and to see your love for it was just so freaking cool. So this past year, when Ofra approached me about doing a collaboration, I was like, what? Especially because like the way it happened is just, it's an amazing story. I'm gonna have to tell you guys about it, because I'm gonna film a chit chat, get ready with me, or tell you guys about the entire collection, like kind of like how it came to be, my mindset for everything. But I'll just say it started off with a phone call about me going over my resume because I needed help finding a job, to somehow ending like 2 hours later with me with a collection. Most bizarre thing. Did not expect that. I will go into details in that video. I will also show you guys how I got this eye look using my palette, and 4 other eye looks. I did film a video doing 5 eye looks using my palette, and I also filmed a behind the scenes video where you guys will see me go down to Miami to do my first ever like professional photo shoot. You guys get to see my collection in production. I filmed all of her for you guys, so you guys have seen those videos come out this week and next week. So with that said, let me go ahead and introduce to you guys the Falling in Love collection by Allie Dawson. So this collection is going to include a 5-pan signature palette, a liquid lip, and a lip gloss. Now this set actually does retail for $49. However, if you guys do use code Allie, you guys can actually save 20% off this collection. And I do want to let you guys know it is an affiliate code, just so you guys know, but it's a great way to support me as well as save you guys some coins at the same time, but never feel obligated to do so. But you guys can buy my entire collection for $49. So you had the 5-pan palette, a liquid lip, and a lip gloss. So let me go ahead and show you guys the Falling in Love palette. Now, like I said, I have been wearing this palette and teaching you guys with this palette for quite some time. And oh my God, I'm shaking. But you guys have been like seeing it in my eyes over the last couple months, and I just never really said anything. If you guys kind of question what the palette was or how come I didn't tag anything, I feel so bad. I feel like such a dick because I just kind of ignored your comment. Not because I didn't want to respond, it's just because I didn't know what to say. I'm not a good, like, I'm not a liar. I do not have a poker face. I would suck at it. So like, I felt so bad if you guys got ignored. I'm so sorry. But here is the Falling in Love palette by me. By me. So when Ofra approached me about doing a collaboration, I automatically knew that I wanted to do something that represented me. And what represents me more than fall? You guys know that fall is my absolute favorite time of the year. Clearly it is my favorite time of the year. My birthday is October 26th. My wedding anniversary is October 18th. And I always said if I were to ever have kids, I'd want to plan them to somehow come out during the fall season so I could have fall babies. Like, I have always been in love with fall since I was a little girl, especially because like Halloween is my favorite holiday. So immediately when Ofra asked me about the collaboration, I automatically knew what type of palette I wanted to create. One, I wanted to create a palette that was super affordable and accessible to everyone out there. I didn't want to create this big, massive palette. I wanted to be something that was simple, that captured me, but was also affordable at the same time. Because I know that times are rough right now. Like, I'm feeling it. I'm sure we all are. So I wanted to be something that everybody can get their hands on. So we created the 5-pan signature Falling in Love palette by Allie Dawson. This is a 5-pan signature palette that does retail for $32, and you have 5 shades in here to really capture what I think is the perfect fall colors. You're going to have 4 mattes and 1 topper shade right in the middle. Now this topper shade is like a white gold, but I'll go over that in just a second. So here is my 5-pan signature palette that represents fall. At least in my mind, it literally looks like fall colors. So up first, we do have the shade called Hayride. Now, when I created this shade, I knew I wanted this shade to be like the perfect like sunflower yellow. So when I created this one, I was just very adamant that it needed to be like this beautiful like burnt mustard sunflower yellow, because that's the type of yellow that I go for every single fall. You guys know that one of my favorite palettes from ColourPop is the Little Ray Sunshine, and I really love that yellow in there. So I wanted to create something very similar to that because I just love that shade so much. Plus it's like beautiful. Sunflowers are all in like the fall season, and I just knew I had to have that shade. Now, when it came to the shade named Hayride, I thought about like what do I think of when I think of fall? And I was like, you have corn mazes, you have leaves, you have pumpkins and fires and beautiful fall weather, and you have pumpkin spice latte, and you have all these things. And I kept thinking about the one time when I was about 25 years old. I went down to a wolf preserve over in Chipley, Florida. And it was like a Halloween event, and they offered hay rides. And I have not been on a hay ride since I was a little girl. And all I wanted to do was get on that damn hay ride. So I did. As a 25-year-old, I got on that hay ride with all those freaking kids, and I enjoyed every second of it. So I knew I wanted to captivate my love for just being a kid in that moment, enjoying something so simple as being on a hay ride, being on the tractor, going around the field, checking out all the wolves, hearing them howl, feeling the beautiful, like, cool 75 weather that we had at that time. It just was everything that I wanted and more for fall season. So I knew I had to have the shade name Hayride. Next, we have a beautiful orange shade right here. Now this is going to be called Bonfire. Now originally when I created this shade, I went back and forth on the shade because I did not want this to pull too brown, and unfortunately it kind of pulled too brown. I wanted to be like the perfect like pumpkin shade. When you saw it, you saw pumpkin. And I know pumpkins come in different shades, but I just wanted to be so perfect. So we went back and forth on this one quite a bit because I was like, it needs to be perfect. And when I was trying to come up with the name, originally I was coming up with pumpkin spice latte, but I was like, man, that's like so unoriginal. I did actually have my friends help me out with this because I was very particular that I wanted the shades to represent fall. And so I kept thinking, well, what do you do during the fall season? Like, what do you guys do up north? Because, you know, down here in Florida, it's 95 degrees in October and like in September. But then I kept thinking about the times when we would have those rare like 70-degree nights. Me and my friends would go sit by a bonfire and we would roast marshmallows and just have fun and just spend time together. And I just kept thinking, bonfire would be perfect. It's like that perfect like orange that I love for the fall season, that beautiful like sunset orange. And I knew right then and there I wanted this shade name to be called Bonfire. I wanted to create a shade that was a shimmer topper, and so we came up with this right here. This is going to be the shade called White Pumpkin. Now this is going to be a topper shade, so it's not necessarily a shimmer. It can be worn as a shimmer, but it could also be worn as a highlight. It could also be worn as a topper eyeshadow. So I actually am wearing that on the inner corner today on that lid. It's very beautiful, and it does shift between like a white to like a white gold because I really wanted this shade in particular to match every other shade that's in this palette. I wanted this particular shade to complement every single shadow, that I wanted to be able to be worn by itself, or I wanted to be able to worn with like one other color. Like say you just want to do the white pumpkin with bonfire, or white pumpkin with hayride, or white pumpkin with sweater weather, or white pumpkin with evergreen, which I've actually filmed those looks and you guys have already seen that and love that look when I did it in a video, which you guys will see coming up. But I literally wanted that shade to really be complementary to every single shade in this palette. So that is why we created the white pumpkin shade right here, because it is a beautiful white gold eyeshadow topper that literally complements every single shade in this palette. It can be worn by itself, or it complements every other shade beautifully. Now, the reason why we came up with the shade White Pumpkin is because this one was the hardest. This was the hardest shade for me to name because I was like, what can I use that would represent fall? And then I kept thinking about white pumpkins. Like, you know, we were going back and forth between like roasted marshmallows, fog, mist, full moon. Like, we're trying to think of so many different things that like me and my husband, and we're trying to think of so many different things that would like represent fall, right? You would see the name and be like, that's fall. We were coming up with like fun little coffee names, and then just kept thinking about whenever I go to Michael's or whenever I would, you know, go pick out pumpkins, I always point out those cute little white little pumpkins. I'm like, look at how cute they are. And then I realized when I was going through my fall decorations, seeing what I had, seeing what I needed to get at Michael's, I had this right here. And you guys see, there is a white pumpkin in that basket. And I was like, oh my gosh, what about white pumpkin? Because that to me is beautiful. Those are really beautiful pumpkins. They're usually really small, petite, and they complement every other shade that fall has beautifully. So we just knew that we had to create the shade called White Pumpkin. Next, we have the shade right here. This is called Sweater Weather. Now, you guys know here in Florida, we don't get cold weather really. If we do, it is in January. We don't ever really get anything like that during the fall season, but I love wearing comfy clothes. You guys always say, oh my God, I love your sweater. Where'd you get it from? I always get my clothes from Target, just so you guys know. I shop everything there. I get all my sweaters and like little pullovers and cardigans, everything from Target, because I love being super cozy. So when I wanted to create this shade, I knew that I wanted this shade to be like a beautiful plum purple. I actually went back and forth between this shade and I went back and forth between a red shade because I was like, what do I want more? Do I want more red or more plum purple? But then I just kept thinking, well, I love it when there's like the fall season, we have like those deep, almost like maroon plum purples. Yes, there's reds, but there's the beautiful like fall pumpkin-y Halloween purple that I just knew I wanted to have. I didn't want to be too Halloween purple, but I wanted to be like an autumn purple where you can see it like in the skies with like maroon. You can see it in like the different decorations. You can see it like how it complements these shades so beautifully. So this was the hardest shade to pick because I literally, like I said, went back and forth between this shade and a red shade. I went to Home Depot's and I went to Lowe's and I picked out all the paint shades. I laid it all out. I sent Ofra probably 50 little like paint shades saying this is what I want and this is exactly how I want it. We got to create the right shade for it, and they were so freaking sweet. So we went back and forth, and then I finally was able to settle on this. It's like almost like a wine shade, and I just was like, okay, this to me is that perfect fall purple where it's not too purple for Halloween, but it's not too red either. It's just like that kind of like that in between where it can really complement every shade you see in here beautifully. And I just knew this is the perfect shade. Now, when it came to the shade name, that was a little bit more difficult because I really was trying to go, maybe I can call it September, November, cozy, sweater weather. We were going back and forth with all these different names, like me and my husband. And then I got my best friend Alyssa involved, and I was like, I kind of need your help. You know, I was giving her all the shade names of what I want for purple. And, you know, she saw the palette, she saw the color, and I was like, I wanted to like represent fall. And she's actually from Maine. And so she sees the beautiful fall colors. She knows what it's like. And when she saw the shade Sweater Weather, she's like, I think that's perfect. Because like you could think of like hoodies that you wear, scarves that you wear. And she really, really loved the name Sweater Weather. And so I decided to actually name the shade after her. She loved that shade name so much that I was like, you know what? You've been such an intricate part in my life. And for the last, 7 to 8 years, you've been so supportive of me and me following my dreams here on YouTube. Why don't I just like let you pick that shade name? So she actually picked the name Sweater Weather. So this is for Alyssa. The shade Sweater Weather was named from her, and I just think it fits beautifully with this palette. Last but not least, we have Evergreen right here. Now, as you guys know, like I said, I live in Florida, so I don't get fall weather here. Our trees do not change whatsoever. They just do not change in the slightest. We go from having green trees to like just having like bare bone trees. Like we really don't have like the change of the season, which I really wish we did, but we do still have some trees here that stay green all throughout the season, and I just love a good mossy green. I think it's really beautiful. I think it's really grungy, and I know that so many different fall colors do get complemented by green. I think green is a beautiful fall color, but it can't be like the emerald green or like bright green. It has to be like a mossy green, like a grungy green, where it's slowly turning from like a green to a brown for the fall season. And so I knew that is the type of green that I wanted to create. This was probably one of the first shades I actually did come up with when it came to creating this palette. I think this is one of the first shades I actually even approved, was this green shade right here. The second I got it, I was immediately like, this is it. This is the exact shade that I want, was this green shade right here. I have it right here. I have been testing this shade out. You guys have already seen it in videos. You guys have been complimenting me in videos with me wearing this. It is a beautiful shade. It can be worn by itself. It could be worn with the white pumpkin. It could be worn like matte, so you can be nice and grungy, or you can like spice it up and do like a little shimmer on it. It complements Bonfire and Hayride beautifully. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous shade. I'm actually wearing this underneath right here for like a nice little smoky moment, and I just knew that this was the perfect green. I didn't have to question it twice. I didn't have to question it, nothing. Now, when it came to the shade names, this one was a little bit more difficult. This one was a little bit more difficult because I was like, what would represent green? You know, we were going back and forth between forest and leaves and falling leaves and, you know, trees. Like, I was trying to do anything and everything to think of like, what is fall and like what green represents fall. And my husband nonstop kept saying evergreen. I was like, what about foliage? He's like, evergreen. I was like, what about falling leaves? He's like, evergreen. I was like, what about flannel? He was like, evergreen. I was like, what about scarf? He's like, evergreen. He was very insistent that I name this shade called evergreen because he's like, the evergreen trees are the only trees that never really change. They always stay green throughout the entire seasons. And I was like, you're right. You're right. He has been my rock, my best friend, my supporter throughout this entire process, and honestly throughout my entire journey here on YouTube. I could not have done this without him. So I knew in that moment that I wanted this shade to be named after him, and I wanted him to pick this shade, and he was very insistent on evergreen, and so we picked the shade evergreen. Well, my husband did, and that is my little moment for him where he got to name a shade in this palette, and he is so excited because green is his favorite color, so he got to name the shade evergreen. So here is my 5 swatches right here. We have Hayride, Bonfire, White Pumpkin, Sweater Weather, and Evergreen. This is my idea of a perfect fall palette, and I think it's so freaking beautiful. I am so unbelievably proud of this palette. It's gorgeous. It's what I want in a fall palette. Not only is it so easy to work with, it blends so nicely, but it just, like I said, captivates my love for fall. It captivates me in a 5-pan palette, and I have been so obsessed with this, and I've been wanting to show you guys off this for a long time. And if you guys haven't been able to tell, I actually have my palette on my hands right now. Actually, fun fact, I am a huge Swiftie, if you guys did not know, and Taylor Swift has always teased her, you know, her collections, her albums. She loves doing Easter eggs, and a lot of times during her Eras tour, she painted her nails in the colors of her eras. And I was like, what a genius idea. So I actually started doing the same thing. If you guys go back on my channel for like the last couple months, I started off with yellow for Hayride, then I did Bonfire, then I did White Pumpkin, then I did Sweater Weather, and then I did Evergreen. And then I actually did 2 different pinks. I did a matte pink and then a sparkly pink to represent my liquid lips. And then I started back over. I started back again with Hayride, Bonfire, White Pumpkin, Sweater Weather, and Evergreen. I have been teasing you guys nonstop with what I'm coming out with for months because I just love to give you guys little Easter eggs. And it was just my little way of being like, wait till you guys see what's coming out. Like, I was just so excited to show this to you. So I had to copy Taylor Swift for just a couple minutes. I had to just copy Taylor Swift in that moment and create my palette on my hands so that you guys can see little teasers, and never having any idea of what it was. You guys just thought I was painting my nails, and I was secretly revealing my palette to you guys week after week after week without you guys knowing, and I thought that was kind of a cool moment. Up next, I was given the amazing opportunity to create my own liquid lip and lip gloss. So we created this right here. Let me introduce you guys, Kaya and Koa. Oh my gosh, that's gonna make me cry. I don't know why that part gets to me. I don't know why. The first time I saw these, I immediately started crying because, like, if you guys don't know, I don't have kids, and my world, my heart and soul are my 2 German Shepherd dogs. I would literally give my life for these dogs. So when it came time to naming them, I originally was trying to go for like Sweet Face because that's what I call my husband. But I kept saying how much I just really wanted my dogs to somehow be a part of this collection because, well, I don't know if I'll ever do another collaboration again or create my own stuff. And I just really wanted them to be part of this because they're my heart and soul. And I just wanted to name these shades after them. So I did. This is This is Kaya and Koa. I don't know why this makes me want to cry. It just does, because they're my babies. And like, I'm so proud that I got to like name something after them. I don't know why. It just makes me emotional. So right here we have the liquid shade Kaya. So Kaya was my first baby. She was my first dog that I ever got. We got her at 8 weeks old. We drove all the way up to Pennsylvania to go get her on April 6, 2019. She was born on February 8th, 2019. And she was my heart and soul. She's my baby. She's my firstborn. And obviously you guys know that the first steps in my routine is a lip liner followed by a liquid lip. So I really wanted to have Kaya be the liquid lip because she is the foundation of this family. She is the rock. She is our big gentle giant. She loves everybody. Her best friend is my cat Callie, and she's like 5 ducks that she's obsessed with. She is the biggest gentle giant. She won't even hurt a fly. She is so incredibly smart, and she's the rock of our family. And just like my lip routine, my liquid lip is the rock of my lip routine. It would not be a lip routine if I did not have my rock. So this right here is Kaya. Now when I was trying to figure out shades, I wanted to figure out the best shade that I thought would be like my perfect everyday lip. Now, you guys know that I'm very anal when it comes to my lips. I have a very intensive lip routine where I wear a lip liner, 3 different liquid lips, and like a gloss. And I was like, that's a lot. And a lot of people out there don't want to buy as much lip products as I do because lips are my favorite part. Lips are my absolute favorite part of any makeup routine. It's always been my lips. So I had to name them after my dogs because lips are my favorite part of my makeup routine and my dogs are my favorite part of my life. So I had to name them after them. But I wanted to create a shade where I didn't have to sit here and put on 3 or 4 different liquid lips to create my perfect lip shades. So this shade right here is Kaya, and it's actually kind of like a mauve brown. You guys know that my favorite lip liner in the world is the Jaclyn Cosmetics Bourbon Lip Liner. I wanted to create something very similar to that lip liner shade because I can wear that lip liner by itself with a beautiful gloss on top and it's perfection. And I really wanted to captivate that. I really wanted to capture that in a liquid lip so I didn't have to keep putting on 500 different lip products. I also didn't want you guys to buy 500 different lip products because you guys always ask me, what are you wearing on your lips? And I'd say I'm wearing this, 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 and this. And I realized how ridiculous it sounded, but I was just, I'm very anal when it comes to like my lip products. So I wanted to create something that I didn't need to do that with. I wanted to create something that was just my favorite lip shades in one component. So this is where Kaya comes in. This is going to be like a beautiful mauve brown, and this is my perfect idea of my everyday lip. I can wear this by itself. I could wear this with a lip liner. I could just wear this as a lip liner. I can do so much with this, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's what I've been wearing now for the last couple months, and so many of you guys have been clocking me in my comment section asking me what my lip products are because I would not link them in the description. And I can finally reveal it is my lip products that I created with Ofra Cosmetics. Up next, you guys know that I absolutely love the Ofra Cosmetics Truffle Lip Gloss. I have talked about that nonstop. So when we created this liquid lip shade, I knew I had to create a gloss that's going to complement it very beautifully, but could also be worn by itself or worn on top of a lip liner or any other beautiful neutral lip you guys have out there. So we created this gloss right here. Let me introduce to you guys Koa. This is a beautiful, beautiful gloss right here. It retails for $15. And just like Kaya, Koa is my second baby. And lip gloss is my last step in my makeup routine. We got Koa, we got him July 26, 2020. He is a COVID baby through and through. He was born on April 30th, 2020. And Koa he's my soul dog. He is my big baby boy. He, is scary. He has a scary bark, but my God, is he a big baby. And he is big, big mama's boy. And my favorite part of any of my makeup is my lip glosses. You guys know I cannot go without a lip gloss, and I cannot go a day without seeing my baby boy. So I knew I wanted to create something that was very complimentary to my liquid lip, but could also be worn by itself. So here is the Koa gloss. This is going to be like a beautiful brown gloss with gold sparkle in it. Complements Kaya beautifully. Like I said, it could be worn by itself. It could be worn on top of a lip liner or any other neutral lip you guys have out there. But I just wanted to create something that was very similar to the Kaya liquid lip that would complement it very beautifully, that had like a nice bronzy feel to it. It could be worn all year round, and I just thought that this was such a beautiful color. It is very similar to the shade Truffle because I was inspired by that shade, but to me it definitely has a little bit more of a sheer component to it, and it can actually match other neutral shades out there better than Truffle in my opinion. But it is absolutely beautiful, and of course I had to name it after my baby boy Koa, and like I said, that does retail for $15. That is my Falling in Love collection. Now you guys can buy everything individually if you guys wish to do so. Like I said, this palette does retail for $32. The liquid lip does retail for $20. The lip gloss retails for $15, or you guys can buy the PR set for $49. Now this collection does go live on September 5th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is going to be 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time over on Ofra Cosmetics website. I am so excited. I do want to let you guys know that the PR box is in limited quantity, so once that's gone, it's gone, but they're still going to keep selling the collection. They just have a limited quantity of the PR box itself. Now, I wanted to let you guys know that this would not have been possible if it wasn't for you guys. This whole thing, my channel, everything would not have been possible if it wasn't for each and every single one of you guys allowing me to follow my dream. And you guys know it has not been an easy journey. It has been a rough journey, but I have not given up. I've not thrown in the towel, and it's because of you guys. You guys have literally lifted me up and kept pushing me to go forward. And so this is for you guys. I would not be sitting here if it wasn't for you guys. And so I wanted to do something really special as my way of saying thank you guys just so much for everything. So You guys know that I love giving back. It is my favorite thing in the world to do. I do Christmas giveaways every single year. It is just my way of just trying to just say thank you for everything you guys have done for me. So me and Ofra teamed up, and I'm going to be giving away 5 PR boxes to you guys. Now, we're not going to do it in this video. We're going to do something a little special. If you guys don't know, if you guys are new here, if you guys are not, I go live every single month on my YouTube channel where I have you guys pick out my makeup. It is so much fun. I also live streaming video games all the time because it's a huge passion of mine. So I wanted to do something very similar to that. So on Monday, September 4th, I'm going to go live on my YouTube channel at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to pick 5 winners during that live to send you guys a PR kit from me. I'm going to sign the entire collection for you guys, write you guys a handwritten note to 5 lucky people during that live. So make sure you guys tune in on Monday, September 4th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to enter for a chance to win a PR box signed by me, gifted to you guys, is my way of saying thank you guys so much. Also, I wanted to do something special again as well. So for the first 50 people that buy our PR box, you're gonna get a personalized card from me as my way of saying thank you guys so much for all your love and support. So yeah, guys, this is my Falling in Love collection. This is my 5-pan Falling in Love palette with my Kaya and Koa liquid lip and liquid gloss. I'm sorry. The team at Ofra Cosmetics and I worked really hard to create the perfect fall palette for you guys. I really wanted to be something that you guys would fall in love with as much as I did, and I'm so proud of this collection. And like I said, it just would not, I'm so sorry, it just would not have been possible if it wasn't for you guys. I'm not kidding when I say that. It's been a very hard year, and there has been so many times I just wanted to quit and throw in the towel, but you guys have kept me going. You guys have been pushing me and just giving me the courage to just pick myself up. You guys saw me, like, you know, falling for a job scam and just, you know, picking myself up off the ground and just keep going. It's because of you guys, and I'm so proud of you guys for being the best community anyone could ever ask for. You guys were so sweet. You guys were so supportive. Not only you guys supportive of me, if I ask you guys to go support a fellow content creator of mine, you guys do. You guys show up for me in a way that I never expected, because sometimes you guys show up for me in a way that I don't show up for myself. I can't tell you how much that means to me, and I'm sorry, I didn't want to cry. I didn't want to cry in this video because I'm truly so freaking excited. I'm so excited about this collection. I didn't want to cry. I didn't want to ruin my makeup because I'm actually proud of how it came out, and I didn't want to ruin it. And here I am crying. It's just because I'm so excited and I'm so proud, and I am beyond grateful. It wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for you. So I'll make sure I list everything about this collection down below, all the details about the launches, the price points, and everything. And I just want to say I really hope you guys fall in love with my Falling in Love collection as much as I have, because I'm so unbelievably proud of this. This has been my favorite thing. It has been so fun to create. I had you guys in mind when I was creating it, and I just wanted to show my love for fall, my love for you guys in this entire collection. And I'm so proud. I'm proud. So yeah, that is it for today's video, guys. Like I said, I'm gonna have a behind the scenes video coming out for you guys. I'm gonna film a chit chat, get ready with me Q&A style for you guys. I have 5 different looks coming out for you guys. I have so much content coming out for you guys for this collection, and I really do hope you guys love it. So that is it for today's video, guys. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, because I do post 4 to 5 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channel. It's Ofra to Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes these beautiful, wonderful page members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in my very next video.